My name is Claire Rosemary Jane. I'm a writer and singer-guitarist, musician. This book is number 4. My first book was Carol Corser and Mickey Morgan, which was published by the Lutterworth Press quite a few years ago. One was aimed at children of 6 till 10. The second book was Chloe's Extraordinary Telescope, which was published in 2023. The third book was Deluged, which has been published fairly recently. So this is book number 4, and it is entitled The Boy Who Loved Robots. The story is actually set at about 2 years after the millennium, and it was at a time when everybody was starting to realise that we were all ending up going to be using computers in some way or other. Email was becoming very common, but it was not as sophisticated as having smartphones. Robert was a boy who loved robots, but he lost his dad in a road accident when he was 11 years old, which left an enormous void in Robert's life. And the story goes on as to how he then had to cope with the loss of his dad, what happened next, how the robot interest continued, and how he met an American girl from school, and between them they became good friends with each other. Both of the children are 14-year-old teenagers. They're beginning to really get to grips with how life is in the world and to understand what's going on around them, not just in terms of school, but in the wider world as a whole. The story is very much aimed at teenagers, both boys and girls. I always write with as strong an emotional background to the story as I possibly can. I think this book is probably much more aimed at teenagers than some of the stories that I've written. I have yet to discover whether adults are going to enjoy reading this one as much as they have some of my previous books, but I hope they will. But I hope it will also encourage teenagers to be quite sort of outspoken in what they think, and to realise that they're capable of doing things that some adults think that they can't actually do, when in actual fact they can.